4 different barbell rows to get your back growing today. All right, guys and girls, here we are back at Elite, and what I thought I would do is, I've been seeing a lot of people bring barbell rows back into their program, and that's not only online on Instagram, on YouTube, but also in the gyms that I'm going to. So what I thought I would do is make an educational video on 4 different ways to do these. What we're gonna do is start with the pendlay row, and I think that's the hardest because each one of these is gonna be dead stop from the ground. So what this is gonna force me to do is keep my torso almost parallel to the floor. I'm gonna think about driving my elbows up and back as fast as possible. So for me, for this is a lot of upper back. And if that's something you're lacking, this is a great exercise. Also, this is all 4 of these are gonna get some erector in there. So if you're lacking erector density, all 4 of these are gonna be a great option. So let me talk through each 4 of these different variations and determine which one you wanna build into your program each week. And honestly, you could cycle these all 4, or just stick with one, get really brutally strong with it, and then when you hit a ceiling as far as progressive overload, change the type that you're gonna do, and then from there, we'll get you growing. So, pendlay row, exercise 1. What I'm thinking about here, guys, is each rep is gonna be a dead stop from the ground. I am somewhat controlling the negative, but I'm letting each one come to a complete dead stop. I'm not bouncing it off the bottom. I'm just thinking about let the weight settle, and then I'm really trying to rip it off the ground as explosively as possible, because to me, I wanna get all that muscle through my upper back, including my rear delts. And I'm telling you, if you want to do an exercise that's fun, you can get brutally strong at, just go watch Dusty Hanshaw's Instagram page and you'll see, like, that's kind of back this exercise builds. Next one, is this going to be what I would consider a traditional barbell row with an overhand grip, where I'm going to bend, I don't know what the degree is, but I'm going to have a good back bend to be over top of this weight to really work my back. So let me show you what those look like. So if you look at those, I have, again, a good angle to my back. I'm not all the way over like I was in the pendlay, so I'm standing up a little bit, and then I'm pulling like mid-ab, so right above my belly button when I'm thinking about driving with this. So again, this is still a lot of upper back. This is a erector, and if you want an overall mass builder for your upper back, I'm telling you, this is the GOAT, or one of them. So do this. This is what I would call a traditional barbell row, the underhand barbell row. And to me, this is a staple of all Hani Rambod's guys. And you take a little bit closer of a grip. So I like to hit my pinky and put it right on the knurling. I keep the same level of back bend there, guys. So if you notice, the same as the barbell row I just showed you. But then with this, I'm trying to pull to my belly button or a little bit underneath of it. So this is gonna get a little bit more lower lat. I just really challenge you all out there, be leery of this, because once you get over probably 215, 220, this becomes really problematic. The probability of tearing a bicep tendon or a bicep in general, and I do not want that. So with this exercise, being fully supinated like this just feels really dangerous to me. So any of my bigger guys who aren't beginners or intermediates, all day long, I'm not gonna have them program this. I'm gonna have them do the overhand if we're gonna do a barbell row. So with this, be very, very leery. If you're a beginner, intermediate, all day long, I like the underhand barbell row, and I build it into a lot of my programs for females as well, because females tend to have a little bit more range of motion and more flexibility from the wrist, elbow, and shoulder. So again, be leery of this exercise. It is very great for your lower lat, so maybe if you put this at the end of your back workout, that'd be a good spot where you're safer to not have to, say, load 3 plates on here and roll it for a set of 8 to 12. So again, with this, be very careful. Now, final piece here is gonna be a more trap-driven row, and let me show you what that looks like. Of the 4, this is my least favorite, because I don't think most guys need more traps. I know some people try to say this is the way Dorian Yates used to do them. Go back and watch his videos. This is not how he did them. I'm just not a fan of this. What I see a lot of people do for barbell rows, because you can move a lot of weight being pretty tall with this, right? So you notice the angle of my back in relation to the floor is very minimal. And I much prefer the first 3, where I'm over top of the weight making my back work. I'm also getting a lot more erector work. Not saying this 4th one isn't erector, but this is a ton of trap, guys. And at the end of the day, I really believe this in my heart, like most guys who've been seriously bodybuilding for 5 to 10 years, the last thing we need is traps. So if that's you and you need traps, do this all day long. So I would just do those taller barbell rows right into barbell shrugs, and you'll crush those traps. So with this, again, of the 4, this is my least favorite. If I had to rank them in order, I would say pendlay, traditional barbell, underhand, and then that last 4th one where it's a tall, what I call a trap row. So again, that's all things barbell rows. I like these top set back off. I like 12-10-8 if you're gonna do a volume-based system. As a whole, guys, I'm telling you, this for your entire upper back, I don't really think it's a great lat exercise like some people believe it is, but for upper back and erectors, this is the killer. So if you wanna get thicker, if you're a beginner, intermediate, looking to pack on mass to your back, I'm telling you, those first 3, I would definitely consider doing weekly. If you like this video, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Chris TV.